I'm Noreen and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to make a dupe of a classic 1970s seasoning blend that people are finding difficult to find but is still made. I can't wait to show you how this all comes together. Okay, now to get started, I want to give you a little backstory. In the 70s, a company called Spice Islands came out with a seasoning blend called Beau Monde seasoning. It was super popular and it was on the shelves consistently for many, many years. And it still is, but it's getting more and more difficult to find. So I thought it might be fun because I have a recipe or two that I want to use this in, that we make up our own version. There are some versions floating out in the interwebs for this seasoning blend, but I have taken those, I've mashed them up, I've added my own zhuzh to it, and I think that we're really gonna love it. So this is got a lot of warm spices. It's got no heat to it, but it's got a lot of warm spices in it, and it's got a lot of flavor. So it's very savory, and I'm gonna be making a dip with this, and I can't wait to share that with you in another video. This is a dupe of the Beau Monde seasoning, and that's B-E-A-U space M-O-N-D-E. Maybe some of you remember that seasoning. So what we have is a tablespoon of ground cloves, a tablespoon of ground celery seed, a tablespoon of onion powder, a tablespoon of ground allspice, 2 tablespoons of black pepper. You can use whatever kind of black pepper you have on your shelf. This is the butcher's cut black pepper that I prefer. Keep it on the back of my stove. Then we're moving down here and we have 2 tablespoons of white pepper, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, a tablespoon of white sugar or whatever your sugar preference is. You can use sweetener here if that's what you like. I have 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and a teaspoon of ground mace. You can leave this out if you don't want to buy it. I know it's expensive and sometimes hard to find, but if you're not familiar with mace, it is the outer shell of the nutmeg before you get the whole nutmeg nut that you would typically grind fresh for things. This is the outer shell as it's grown on the tree. I have 2 tablespoons of dried parsley, a tablespoon of ground bay leaf, a tablespoon of celery seed, even though we have ground celery up here. I have 2 tablespoons of kosher salt and a tablespoon of dried chives. Again, this one is optional as well. So what we're gonna do is what we always do. We're going to gather up our spices and try not to make a giant mess, which, you know, I'm famous for that. I'm just being real. There's a lot of spices here. So let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can do this without making a mess. Here we go.
Can she do it?
My next question is, will it all fit? Or do I need a bigger jar? The answer is, hang on. Now, as far as shakeability goes, I'm probably going to have to transfer this into a bigger container. Hang on. I probably should have done this in the first place. All right.
Ooh, spice smoke.
Don't breathe that.
Don't do that.
Okay, give this a good shake. All right, so now I'm just going to put this in here. That is your Beau Monde seasoning. There you go. Beautiful. And just, I would like to taste this. I'm just gonna take a pinch and stick it here on this lid, and I'm gonna give it a taste. It's different. It's very savory. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like Jane's mixed up crazy salt, or crazy mixed up salt. It's good though. Friends, this is going to be a go-to seasoning. You're gonna reach for this all the time. I'm gonna be making a dip with it. I'm gonna be roasting a chicken with it. You could put this on the outside of a beef roast, put it on fish, just throw it on some chicken breast and pan sear it. This is gonna be a delicious go-to spice blend for you. I guarantee you're gonna love it. So that is my version of the classic 1970s Spice Islands Beau Monde seasoning blend. I'm gonna call mine Nanny's never fail seasoning, because my nanny used that Beau Monde stuff. She used Jane's Crazy Mixed Up Salt. She used all the spice blends, and her food was always delicious. And I think that you're just gonna love this spice blend. So go give this a try. Use up those spices you have on your spice rack. Put them to good use. I know that you have stuff on that spice rack that you hardly reach for. This is a great way to use them up. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you give this recipe a try. And until next time, I'll see ya.